Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked out American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Northern Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Northern Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
How about now?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'm gonna let this go for a second, and let's see. I'm gonna look at the chat here, and let's see if the sound comes back on. So let me know if the sound comes back on. I see the word sound, so I'm gonna guess that it's back on. No audio still? You hear it, right, Justin?
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh,
Yeah,
got the thumbs up. We're good. Okay, so we got the storm just to the east of Aubrey, Texas. Let's take a look at what these hail reports we got coming in here. Query that. All right, so we have quarter-size hail reported in Krugerville, and how about that one to the north there?
I think this was the $0.50.
Okay, so 1.3 inches, so a little bit slightly bigger than $0.50. And we also had some reports back to the northwest, I believe. I believe we had a ping pong ball report back here to the north of Denton. So the storm's been kind of pulsing up and down. So we're gonna see what it kind of looks like now. So we got the hail core sitting right in here. Let's go ahead and cue the CCs up on that and see what kind of size we're dealing with here. So it doesn't look too impressive. It looks like it's mostly gonna be nickel to quarter size hail. Yeah, let's get that nice broad view of the CCs. So we do have the hail core sitting right in here. So once we see those yellows and oranges coming in, this is most likely going to be nickel to quarter size hail, and like we saw a $0.50 report come in, so $0.50 size hail mixed in there. We have some broad rotation here in this storm. So it does look like it's not really weakening, but like I said, it's been pulsing up and down. So let's take a zoom out here. I have a feeling if this catches up to it, this little complex back here by Sanger, that might kind of kill this thing off before we can get into the McKinney area. All right, so this, it's warned for golf balls, moving 60 miles an hour. Hey, why don't we...
No, that's the wind speed, not the...
Oh, okay. All right, why don't you query up that and get the information, we can kind of project it out.
Southeast at 20 miles an hour.
All right, so 20 miles an hour, let's get a projection on that and see how long it's going to take to get to McKinney here.
Okay.
Do you see this little notch in here? This is where your biggest hail is going to be falling, is right in this area right here, and I'm estimating about quarter, $half size hail at the moment. All right, so we're looking at Parvin at 838 and Prosper at 851. So it does have to get to Prosper before we can get to McKinney. So we're looking at McKinney probably somewhere around 9 o'clock. Have we gotten a radar update yet on this? Okay. No.
Not yet, no.
All right, let's take a look at the CCs again. Sometimes the CCs will lag one frame behind the reflectivity. So, all right, so yeah, it's still those yellows and oranges. So we're looking at quarter to $half size hail. Let's see if this can actually get its act together as it moves in to the Metroplex and gets towards the McKinney and Prosper area. That's what we want to see here. But like I said, it's been pulsing a lot. So we had golf balls reported way back to the northwest, and then we also had ping pong balls reported up here, and now we've come down in size to quarter to $half size hail. Let's see if we can get that to work up. Why don't you zoom out a little bit, and we can kind of go back and show the life cycle of this storm. So we're going to roll it back just a little bit here. All right, so we see that come. It was moving eastward, and then it starts to turn towards, and this happens all the time in the McKinney area. I'm not exactly sure why, but we do see a lot of storms that are just kind of booking it towards the east, and as they get towards, like, north of Denton, towards the north of McKinney area, they just turn right. This happens all the time. We have made so many big-time maps in the northeastern portions of the Metroplex. Okay, so we see that come through, comes down to the southeast. Let's zoom in here and get some intersections on where this hail is currently falling.
The one good thing about this storm is it hasn't gusted out yet.
What was that?
The one good thing is it hasn't gusted out yet.
Yeah. I'm just worried about this one back here catching up to it and kind of overtaking it.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill us. So we need it to get its act together before that happens. Are the roads not loading? I know I loaded them. You saw me do it.
I did.
Zoom in nice and okay.
Oh, there
they are. There they are.
So
okay.
this looks like it's still kind of not in the population yet.
Okay. So we're looking at Smiley Road here, Meadow Vista Drive, got Tom Cole Road. So this is kind of pretty low population right now. We're still kind of north of Prosper. Actually, come back up to the northwest. I want to get like right in this notch right here. Let's see what we got going on there. All right, there's a little bit more population here. So go up just a little north of there. Okay, Rock and Riley Road. Probably have just starting to see a few hailstones fall as the storm works its way to the southeast. So probably seeing small hail and then some quarters, maybe some $half mixing in. I don't think we're seeing anything too large yet here on Ranchette Road. Somebody in North Salina, is that pronounced Salina? Salina? Pea-size hail in far north Salina. Okay, have we gotten a radar update yet? Let's see if those CCs have changed at all. And this thing's starting to intensify a bit. Okay, all right. Go back to the reflectivity and do the mask, the CC mask over that area. Okay, so we're, like I just said, I think I am probably right on the money there because that nice orange yellowish color right there, I feel like is producing some quarter, maybe some $half size hail right where that little notch is. So we're gonna see it, Salina. Okay, Salina. So I had it right the first time. Thank you, Kyle. So this thing's, man, this thing is catching up quick. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, your squall line's definitely moving quicker than that cell.
Yeah. All right, so, and also looks like the hail core is kind of coming down a little bit too. Don't want to see that either. Yeah, right there is going to be where the majority of the hail is falling. You're going to see the highest volume here as you get further north where you see these nice bright reflectivities and the pinks mixing in there. You're going to see a lower volume of hail down here where I was just pointing to earlier, but that's going to be probably your largest hail in this storm at the moment, which is going to be about quarter to $half size, I think, but it looks like the size is starting to come down right now. And for those of us who, work in the roofing industry, that's not really what you want to see. So hopefully this thing can cycle before this complex behind it catches up to it and kills it. Yeah, there's still some rotation in there. Yeah, just a little bit. It definitely, that came down as well.
It.
What was that?
This is probably going to undercut it.
Yeah. We're kind of running out of time here, unfortunately. Okay, so I think this updated. This update?
Yes.
All right, let's see what the CCs look like now. It actually looks worse. Okay, fantastic. I'm getting work chats here. Let's see if they're sending any photos or anything. Yeah, it's getting undercut. Okay, so we're not seeing any photos. Coworkers, if you're watching this, keep looking up photos and try to find stuff so that we can get some verification on what I'm saying on air and, make me look really smart. So yeah, I think the sizes are coming down as we're starting to see a little bit less of that orange and yellow color right in this area here. And like Justin just pointed out, this line is coming forward quickly. That's going to undercut this storm and kind of kill it off as it comes in from the backside there. And we're starting to see, that's what we're seeing it start to push out a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this thing is dying. That is unfortunate. So I think we've seen our max hail sizes from this. We saw golf balls way earlier, saw some ping pong balls just to the north of the Denton area, and then we saw some $quarter to $half size hail in the Aubrey and just north of the Aubrey area. Do we have anything else going on? We got a bunch of radars loaded. Let's see if we got something else going on right now. Zoom all the way out. I know we had was there a tornado near the Tulsa area?
Yeah, there's still a tornado warning.
Still a tornado warning on that?
There was a QCLS tornado warning, but nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, if we have those roads loaded, if we can get the radar to go back far enough, let's take that back and see if we can pinpoint where that is, give some folks intersections just in case their family's out there and, they want to check up on them. So.
But we can take a look at this tornado report.
Yes. Yeah, what's that say? Let me get out of the way here. Broken limbs larger than 3 inches in diameter, as well as signs blown over a few blocks south of Admiral on 145th East Avenue. What's that say? Where's the golf ball of ping pong? A golf ball report came in near Valley View, Texas, and that ping pong ball report came in, northwest of Aubrey?
We can go back and we can recap the.
Yeah. All right. Let's take that back. Yeah, those winds are. Oh.
That was the farther side. Go back.
Oh, okay. I was just like, oh man. All right. So yeah, it looked pretty good back here. Golf ball report. I believe this is it, right?
Which one?
This one right here.
The one on 35.
No, that's 1.3. So it was north. It was the ones to the north up here. So golf ball report. There it is. 1.8. So that was just to the northwest of Valley View, and let's take a look at, I believe this was our ping pong ball report, right? Just to the north of Aubrey there.
Yep.
Nope, that's 1.3. Where'd that ping pong ball? Oh, that was. That was the one in Sanger, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's your ping pong ball report. So to answer your question, ping pong ball report came in the Sanger area, and the golf ball report was just to the northwest of Valley View. And this is, it had a pretty decent looking hail core at this time. And let's roll it forward just a little bit. Yep. Oh man, yeah, it's about to die. So you see it cycle. We'll see that pink pulse up and down. So that storm is cycling, it's strengthening, weakening, and it's trying to get its act together and become the dominant storm. But this line behind it was preventing, and is preventing that from happening. And it's about to take it over. Is there a tail on Charlie going on back here?
Yeah, but it looks like.
Yeah, it's moving
It
mainly
looks like
southward.
it's gusting out though.
Yeah, we would like to, for those of you unfamiliar, tail on Charlie. So when we get these lines of storms forming, the tail on Charlie is going to be the storm at the bottom section of the line. And to really see those go to town when it comes to hail, we kind of want them to be moving like eastward or southeastward. But when it's moving south like this, it's a little bit harder for that to happen. My phone is going crazy right now. Anybody sending? Okay, yeah, so Steve says they're only getting penny-size M-ping reports now. So that's confirmation that storm is weakening. Nobody's found any photos, so we are photoless on that storm at the moment. But yeah, like I said, that storm is weakening. We can, hopefully we do get a tail on Charlie to come through the Fort Worth and go through Tarrant County area, but the fact that it's moving southward, I don't like that. So this storm is really weakening. It's about done. Did we have another report come in here?
I don't think so.
Was that one near Salina there before?
This one?
Yeah.
$quarter to $half size hail falling along 1385.
Okay, so that was the when we were looking at those CCs earlier, and I was saying the $half size hail was falling. Pilot Point. Somebody wants to know about Pilot Point, so I believe that should be.
I think it's. There it is up there.
Okay, what's that?
Take it back a little bit. So we do have
We've got a report that came in there. Let's see what that says. So that was $half size hail from M-ping in Pilot Point. So that was probably when the storm pulsed back up, because we went from pretty decent size hail falling to ping pong balls, and then kind of came back down below severe levels and pulsed back up. Yeah, you can see right here, this actually a pretty good looking hail core. Look at those CCs right there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple ping pong ball size hailstones out of that part of the storm at that time. But seeing the report of $half size hail, so it's not tiny hail. It's still severe hail, folks. So that's nothing to scoff at all. You might be able to get a new date out of that if you find some already damaged roofs. So we see it cycle back up, and now it's pretty much dead. So do we want to go back to Tulsa and see if we can take a look at that tornado that went through there real quick before? I mean, I didn't expect to be on too long because I saw that line approaching, but we figured we'd come back up to the office, give you guys something to watch, and kind of give you our input and take on the storms that were going on. All right, so does that actually back up far enough?
Does not.
It does not. Okay.
So, I mean, at least we have an intersection.
Yeah, so a few blocks south of Admiral on 145th East Ave on the western side of the Catoosa area. So we did have a little QCLS tornado, so those aren't usually as large and destructive as the tornadoes we see from the isolated supercells, but they come on quick, and I mean, we had an EF3 one go through El Reno a couple of years ago, so they can be strong. Most of the time they're usually EF0, EF1, sometimes EF2, but they come on quick, and sometimes they're a little longer track, but a lot of times they're pretty quick in nature as well, and they'll lift fast. But I mean, it's still a tornado. It's nothing to scoff at. See some little bit of rotation here.
Yeah, just north of Tahlequah.
I feel like the velocities are lagging behind right here. Okay, the hail is getting bigger and bigger here in Salina. I'm not sure when that actually came through. Sometimes the chat goes a little slowly. Is it things trying to cycle when the line overtakes it? I mean, I see this little notch in here, but that's mainly in Prosper. What's the CCs look like? I mean, doesn't look too great. I'd say mainly, dime to penny size hail, maybe some nickels mixing in there.
I mean, if you feel like you have something larger than quarters, I mean, definitely feel free to share it with us.
Yeah, comment, send us a Facebook message with some photos. We got people checking to see if we get some photos from people. So if you have any photos you want to send to us with intersections that you live near. You don't have to send us your address or anything. We don't need that. But if you had intersections where you're near and you have photos that you took of any size hail, really, it helps us verify what we're doing, and it's actually a really big help to us when we get feedback from people that are outside of the people here at Hail Trace. What do we got here? So is that the updraft? Yeah. Yeah, it's the updraft.
I mean, there's a little bit of drop in CC values.
Ooh, yeah, look at that right here. Yeah. Go back to reflectivity. Ooh, yeah. So we're probably seeing, it's embedded in the line, and yeah, so I'm guessing $half size hail coming out of that right now. 1 inch report in Salina. All right. Thank you for that information. Yeah, probably some isolated quarter, potentially $half size hail falling out of this right now. Can you roll it back a few frames to see what it looked like before it took that shape? Okay. All right, so we see that hail core develop. Oh, we just got a new frame in too.
Yeah, that's an update.
Yeah, let's see what it looks like now. Looks like it's strengthening. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. I'd say there's some solid quarter, $half size hail falling out of that. We'll have to see how that progresses here in the next couple of minutes. But, ooh, we also have a hail core right on the end. Let's check that out too. Can't tell if that's actually on it or on the outside of it. Well, yeah, got some hail falling there too. See, tail end Charlie doing its magic right now. That is outside of the Metroplex though. So if that can hold its act together, it can get far enough south to possibly go to Weatherford. You can see the storm go through Weatherford.
Looks like we got another report came in.
Oh yes, another, I think it might be the right one.
Yeah, I think it's
Get out of the way here. We saw that one, I think. Oh, they're the same. I don't know if that's a double. Sometimes they'll mess up and do multiple reports, and they'll have to figure it out with filters later and filter those out.
Well,
okay,
actually,
no,
no,
yeah. So you clicked it twice. All right.
Yeah.
So we have 1 inch hail and $half size hail to the south of Aubrey from that storm that's weakened and is now dropping sub-severe hail. Yeah, let's see. Has there been an update? Let's go back to over here.
Yeah, I think this is the strongest updraft left.
Okay, so we're seeing some quarter-size hail here near Bridgeport, and I think some quarter-size hail right here on the end to the west of Runaway Bay with that tail end Charlie. These are outside of the big population areas though, so we're probably not going to hang out here too much longer as long as they're not really heading for the high population areas. We tend to save our live coverage for big time events. But we felt like racing back up to the office to give you guys an update on that storm that was heading towards the McKinney area. Anybody else have any questions in the comments? My phone's going off again. Let's see if anybody sent anything in.
While Frank's checking his phone, there was a storm in Wichita Falls earlier. I think there was a golf ball report and maybe
Yeah, it was on like the southwest side of Wichita Falls, I think.
And there was some hail in the Oklahoma City area earlier too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had hail at the office here, but only got up to like penny size maximum.
Maybe, yeah.
But we're weather nerds. Anytime there's hail anywhere around us, we get pretty excited and we kind of nerd out a little bit. All right, so I see like a little notch here in that storm to the south of Salina. Is it trying to get like a little updraft going in there? Or see a little bit of pink in here too. Just a little bit of rotation in here. I don't think that's anything. I think that's outside of, that's right there. Mm-hmm. I am starting to get parched. Do you want to talk for a second while I drink some water?
Yeah. For the most part, I think things are dying down for the northern Dallas area. We're going to have to watch this tail end Charlie, like Frank was mentioning. And for an overview of today, we had some hail in the Oklahoma City area. There's actually a tornado to the south of Oklahoma City. Not much population affected. The storm of the day might actually have been in the Wichita Falls area. The Edmond, Oklahoma area had up to, I think, $half size hail. I think Derek sent us a picture that looked pretty close to $half size hail. So for November, not an overall bad day for the Southern Plains. So we'll take what we can get when it comes this time of year. So
I believe that $half size hail was what, 15th in Santa Fe?
15th in Santa Fe, yep. Right over by Edmond Santa Fe High School.
Yep. So that was actually a pretty good looking hailstorm. We have really cold temperatures a lot. That's the thing about these November setups is unlike, the summertime and springtime, it's not really hot. So when we do get really good drops in temperature with height, it gets really cold up there. and you get hard hailstones out of that. So you usually get high volume hail events when you do get hail, and the hailstones are pretty hard. So that's the give and take when it comes to different types of seasons and the different types of storms you get out of it.
It looks like it's picking up this updraft on the tail end, Charlie.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
moved it way off to the west.
Let's do the magnifying glass on that one.
It's hard to tell. It's definitely picking up an updraft over here, though.
Yeah. Let's not do the mine. Let's just go straight to CCs. Let me see where that's at. All right, we got a little bit of color in here along 380, just to the west of Bridgeport. So if that keeps moving south, Titan Impact 4. I don't know about that. I mean, it's probably a lot of hail, penny to nickel size, maybe some quarters mixing in there right now. It is warned, right?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
what's that
building
warning
back
for?
forward, but back, yeah.
Because we can try to.
Wait, do what?
Let's query the warning so that we can see where it's going and try to see if it's going to head towards any population here. Okay, so it's warned for quarters.
It's moving 40 miles an hour to the southeast.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. Friend in Bridgeport is seeing quarter size. Okay, good to know that we're right about that. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, so you said 40 to the southeast.
40 to the southeast. So I'm just going to take it from the tail end.
Okay, it's going to be in Boonsville just after 9 and Agnes at 9:12. Just for fun, can you pull it out 40 miles to see where it's going to be in an hour like we were doing before?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see where it's going to be in an hour from now. Oop.
Not zoomed
I would
out.
just go back to the other one and pull it out 40 miles.
Let's do this. That's not right at all.
Oh, Justin. What about the Melissa area?
I mean, about an hour from now, it's going to clear the Fort Worth area.
Okay, so we'll have to see if the tail end Charlie can maintain its intensity. Somebody just asked about the Melissa area. I believe that's over by McKinney. It looks like I see some kind of hail core over there right now.
Where at?
Just to the west of McKinney. So northwest of Plano there.
Yep.
Let's zoom in on that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So that's going into Frisco. Got a nice hail core sitting right here. So this thing it looks like it's trying to pulse back up. Let's get some CCs on it. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah,
Dropping.
Decent colors. It's embedded in the line, so that might temper some hail sizes. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if there's $quarter to $half size hail falling right now just in the northwest sections of Frisco and northeastern portions of Little Elm here in the DFW. What do the velocities look like? Not much rotation coming into here.
But it hasn't gusted out.
It hasn't gusted out all the way, that's true. All right, so I guess we're gonna stay here for a minute and keep an eye on this sucker right here. So let's get some intersections. Zoom in on there. Let's get the CCs up and zoom back in. All right, so we're probably seeing $quarter to $half size hail. Yuma Drive up towards, or down towards, all right, hold on, get back in. All right, Benton Creek Trail, Downbrook Drive, Penton Way here behind my head. Looks like there's some decent hail coming down from there. And this stuff's not gonna be massive, I don't believe right now. So we're probably gonna be seeing a lot of penny to nickel size hail with some $quarter to $half size stones mixing in with that, and a lot of heavy rain as well. Let's bring the CCs up just on this view just click the CCs. Okay, yeah, so here's, out of that shot, your biggest hail is going to be right in this area, right here. So that's where your quarters and half dollars are going to be right now. So moving into Frisco, if this line is pushing to the southeast. So getting ready to get possibly some quarter to half dollar size hail in downtown Frisco right now. And that's going to keep pushing towards the southeast, towards Lolaville, and just to the west of Allen, Texas, and towards the Plano area. We'll have to see if it can keep pulsing up and doing the same thing it's been doing for well over an hour now. It just pulses up, drops some severe hail, and weakens again, goes back to sub-severe. So, I mean, we're getting something right now, though, and that's more than I expected after that line came in from the backside and undercut that storm. Let's take a look at that tail on Charlie again. It doesn't look like it's really strengthened too much. Yeah, I'd say that's probably dropping sub-severe hail right now. Penny to nickel size would be my guess. I'm getting texts from work again. Did somebody post a photo?
Oh, that's 2-inch report in Oklahoma City.
Oh, really? That's from earlier, 2-inch report?
I guess so.
Oh. We'll have to double check that because we were looking at that stuff and I don't think there was 2-inch hail. Looks like that hail core is starting to.
No. It's that 2-inch report actually came in north of Prosper.
North of Prosper. Prospect. Prosper. I don't think it's okay. Let's back it up and look at that. Some part of our job here is when people report stuff, a lot of times it's estimated reports, and some people get excited, so they'll see ping pong golf ball size hail falling and be like, oh, it's like 2 inches, because your adrenaline gets pumping and you just don't see it right. So a lot of the time we'll have to go back and kind of debunk what people saw by either finding photos on social media or really getting in and analyzing the storm, like taking extra time to get in there and look at it. Yeah, so what did the reflectivity look like? I was looking at the camera. Okay, so the hail would be, go back to the CCs. CCs would be right in here.
You sound like a robot.
Oh, I do? Sometimes that happens, sometimes that happens. Are we setting it again? Just a second, guys. Just a second. All right, is this any better?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. All right, we're back on track here. So your hail in the Prosper area was probably going to be right in this area. Y'all sound like robots. Thanks, Amanda. Bleep, bloop. All right. Let's get the CCs up right here and see what those colors are looking like.
There are some lower values.
Yeah, there are some lower values. I feel like some of this, so the Fort Worth radar is going to be down here to the southwest. So it's hitting the storm coming up to the northeast. So all these colors back here, that's going to be what we call backscattering. So it's hitting the hail right here in the Prosper area, and it's just blowing back all those dark greens for colors because it's just backscattering what it's picking up on the radar. But these CCs actually look pretty good though.
Yeah.
So 2 inches good though. I'm not exactly sure. A report did come in for 2 inches. Where is it though? Was it an MPing report?
Yeah, it was an MPing report.
Okay, that's even less trustworthy sometimes. But that wasn't bad hail. I mean, $50, probably some ping pong balls in there. So that's in the Prosper area, just to the north of Prosper, Texas.
Are we still lacking on photos?
I haven't gotten any. We're not getting too much on the photos here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
Amanda, I know you're watching.
Amanda, find some photos for us.
All right, let's go ahead and look at the CC values on this Frisco storm.
Yeah. It doesn't look incredible. Again, here's the backscattering, so there's not actually big-time hail falling back here right now. So this is where your hail is going to be. It looks like it's probably mostly sub-severe, some quarters mixing in there potentially.
Looks
like I was saying before.
Line.
What was that?
They just warned the whole line.
They warned the whole line. I'm gonna guess. Okay,
Yeah.
for penny-size hail. Yeah. So once these storms get embedded in lines like that, it becomes a lot harder for them to maintain those updrafts long enough to get the big hailstones that you want to see coming out of these storms. So a lot of the time, you'll see things that look like they're looking pretty good, but it's actually dropping sub-severe hail in like the penny to nickel size range. All right, so here's your hail core on the tail end, Charlie. Let's change it to CCs. Okay, so there's, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if there's some severe hail falling out of that. Quarter size hail. I think I saw some CCs down by you, Justin.
Yeah, down by Justin. Yeah, it looks like there's another drop over here. It's picking up an updraft somewhere over in here.
Yep.
It's not precip type. Go back to correlation. Yep, there's a
Yeah, we got
drop
some
there.
CC drop right in here. So we could be seeing some severe hail in here. I don't think any of this is really like big time hail, you know, 2-inch golf ball, 2-inch size hail coming out of this right now. But where you do see those little CC drops and getting into the darker colors, the yellows, the slight greens and slight blues, I wouldn't be shocked if we're seeing some severe hail come out of that in the quarter to potentially $half size range in those parts of the storm. We see the winds picking up too. Yeah, got some nice bright velocity colors here. So we could be seeing the winds starting to get a little gustier with this line, and it actually coincides with where you see this kind of bowing out just a little bit here. So once you see those bows, you expect the winds to be a little stronger, those wind gusts, and if it pairs up with where you see the bright colors on the velocity scan, then boom, you see yourself some gusty winds, potentially some severe winds with that. Let's head over back to Frisco. I think we got an update on that hail core. Still some pink in there just to the south of Frisco. Ooh, the CCs have come down now. I'd be willing to bet that this is sub-severe hail in the Frisco area right now. As we're getting further and further into the Dallas Metroplex, this line of storms is pushing southward. Again, you see the backscattering here. This is not large hail. This is where your hail is going to be falling right now, and it looks like it's mostly sub-severe. Yep, just to the south of Frisco here. So I'm guessing penny to nickel size hail coming out of that right now.
We can go back up to the Tulsa area and review that tornado.
We could, if the radar goes back far enough.
It does.
Let's
about
see
2
what
hours
happens.
ago.
Pull it all the way
There it
back.
is.
Ah, there we go. Yeah. So this is, let's take a look at the velocities, see where we get that rotation here.
Nice little couple.
And there it is. That's a nice little couplet right here, right in here. And I'd be willing to bet if you go to CCs, you'd probably see a debris ball somewhere moving forward here. Boom, there it is. That's where your tornado was. So what you're seeing here is debris from the tornado. So it gets
Looks like
picked.
that was.
And yep, so we're looking at South Granite Road and I-44 area, East 11th Street. So yeah, where East 11th Street crosses with I-44 here. Looks like that's where your debris ball was centered, and it moved to the northeast,
Looks like it
east-northeast.
lasted a couple of frames, yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it just followed 44 northeast.
Which is unfortunate, because
It's a pretty
that was,
populated area.
you know, around 7 o'clock, so that's not good. You know,
We can even go back and review the storms in Oklahoma City earlier.
is that going to go back far enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. We'll do this quick, and then we'll jump back down to Texas, see if things really got their act together. And if not, we're probably going to head off here fairly soon if that line of storms down there doesn't really start producing any big-time hail in the Dallas Metroplex. So here's a storm. This is where it hit us. Somebody reported quarter-size hail here in downtown Edmond. That's just to the north of where we were. We were seeing maybe up to penny-size hail here at the office, mostly pea-size hail.
The $half size report came in right around here, Santa Fe and 15th.
Yeah, this is where we saw the photo of that $half size hailstone.
I mean, looking at the radar, it does not look believable, but there's photo verification.
Yep. I'd be willing to bet my paycheck it was pretty isolated.
Yep.
So we saw that go through the Edmond area. The bigger hail was up to the north and the northwest. We saw some golf ball size hail up to the northwest. And also near Cashion earlier. Is it Cashion? Cashion?
Cashion.
I'm a Yankee from Connecticut. I don't know how to pronounce stuff around here.
And then we can look at the Wichita Falls storm.
Here's the
real quick.
Wichita Falls. This was actually looking pretty good. There was
The biggest hail of the day came from
right back here. Yeah.
Right in this Haynesville
Yep.
area.
We saw a photo of it was probably 2-inch hailstone.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah, it's about 5 centimeters. It was on there. So that came down to the southeast. And the biggest hail on this was going to be down here before it cycled forward. So this is, I believe this is the area where that golf ball report came in.
Yeah, I think it's on the south. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. My phone's still going crazy.
CC values.
Okay. Yeah. Just got to keep checking the work chat for those photos. Go back to the CCs.
Nothing crazy. Looks.
I'd say it was probably in this area.
Where?
Go back, like right in here.
Yeah.
Got pea-sized hail in Frisco. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's where the report came in. Boom. Look at that.
This is the golf ball report.
Yeah. Yep. So right where we saw those CCs dip down is where that report came in.
And then we had a few quarter-inch reports come in the Wichita Falls area. So anybody in the northwest part of Texas might be worth checking out tomorrow.
Yeah. I'd say let's go back to that CC drop and zoom in, get some intersections there for the Wichita Falls area. I think it was on this frame. Yeah. So let's zoom right on in there. Go back right. Where'd it go? Right there. Go back one. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on that.
Correlates with the report too.
Right on where that 277 is. Yeah. So
I don't know if we have the loads rated.
oh, we don't. All right, so Route 277 in southwest Wichita Falls is probably where you're going to see the best hail out of that storm. There was higher volume hail, I believe, in the downtown Wichita Falls area. You saw a lot of those pinks on that storm. So we got pretty high volume hail coming through here, most of it below ping pong to golf ball size. But Wichita Falls might be worth checking out. It looks like they got a decent amount of hail there. Somebody said marbles in McKinney. Is that what they said?
Right now?
Phone's going crazy right now. Okay.
I'll get us back to now. We'll zoom in. I mean.
Okay, there we go. Is this current? Is this current?
It is current.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at what those CCs look like. Definitely mostly sub-severe is what I'm thinking here. Not a good concentration of those brighter colors that we want to see when we go to the correlation coefficient. So that's the rotation thing it's picking up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's saying that up to just bigger than ping pong ball size hail. The algorithm tends to overdo things a lot though, because what it is it picks up the hail higher up in the atmosphere a lot of the time. So it doesn't account for the melting that takes place as it comes to the ground and things of that nature. So the algorithm does tend to overdo it sometimes. So I have the sub-severe hail going towards the Plano area. I see a core just to the northwest of Flower Mound there. We can zoom in on that real quick. Let's take a look at what this looks like right near Justin.
I think that was that same updraft we were looking at earlier.
Yep. Actually doesn't look too bad. Possibly some quarters coming out of that.
Yeah, we'd be surprised.
Biggest hail is going to be right here. We can probably zoom in on that and get some intersections of where that's going to be. All right, so
It's going to be between 35 west
and East Cleveland.
and then over
Between
here,
377 and 35 west, right there. on East Cleveland, and to the northeast. So we'll zoom in just a little bit. It was at 144, 114, 114.
Pulse down.
Yeah, it definitely pulsed down. So sub-severe hail now. Had a couple frames there where it looked good in the Justin area, moving to the southeast over I-35 west. And it looks like most of this stuff is pretty weak right now. How's our tail end Charlie look over there?
Not great.
Yeah, that's even weakening now too.
I mean, it's way behind the gust front at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, you see the gust front right here coming along to the south over here. So this is the winds gusting out, and that's usually the sign of a system starting to weaken, and these storms starting to weaken. All right, so I think we might be signing off here. Doesn't look like this stuff is really going to be producing anything really big, you know, golf ball 2-inch size hail that we want to see out of this stuff. So I think we're going to sign off. Appreciate you guys logging on with us. Just 1 second. Give me that clicker for a second. Appreciate it. All right. Sorry, guys. Stay up to date with us. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So whenever we do these live videos and live updates and live coverage and our forecasts at noon every weekday, you can catch that, get alerted about that, and watch those live. And you can also contact us at 855-334-4245 if you want to call us. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com, or if you want to go straight to our website, you can go to hailtrace.com, and you can direct message us there as well as see who we are and what we can do for your company. Thanks for watching, everybody. We love doing this stuff for you guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night.